Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Wee Hoopla Y'all show. I'm going to wait. Since this is a live feed, I'm going to wait a couple of moments for people to get the notifications to join me live. I'm going to hit a bunch of things in my office here and demonstrate a couple moves here. See if I can talk, introduce myself, all that kind of good stuff. Oh, goody, hubby just joined, so yes. Fun stuff, fun stuff. So if you are joining me live, hello, hello, hello. There are some people joining. Thank you so much for, let's see here. I can read. Oh, goodness, there we go. It's one of those technologically challenging days. So, although I've been getting some cool new things done, some old things are not working as they should be. But, you know, that's how life goes sometimes. Alrighty, so I'm going to be previewing that little hoop move, which is a cool one-handed circular chest roll. It's actually a variation of a coin flip too. So, hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am your host, Shay Rippinger. I am a hoop dance instructor, a health coach, a human certified laughter yoga leader. I've been running my Hip to Hoopla business for 9 years, teaching thousands of people around the world. I'm very excited about that. Plus, I'm also launching a new Hula Hooping 101 course and doing a webinar tomorrow that I'm very excited about. So stay tuned and I'll give you some details on that of how you can sign up. It's a free webinar that you can go to and get some really cool information. Alrighty, so this show is the Hoopla Y'all show. This particular episode is 113. What? Yeah. Okay. So, and this particular one is, the theme is 3, 2, 1. And I'm also going to see if I can try and use some of my digital notes. Let's see if I can do that. We'll see. Okay. All right. And then I have my written notes too. They're just really, really tiny because I write tiny. So I will just as best as possible. So on this show, the Hoopla Y'all show, I talk about health, humor, and hooping. And the 3, 2, 1, my best tips. These are going to be some of my favorite tips on health, humor, and hooping. So we're going to start with 3 of my favorite health tips. And then we're going to go down to 2 of my humor fun things. And then 1 is that cool hoop move. And I'm going to give you a tutorial of that hoop move. All right, so let's just rock and roll, start it off here. So, and comment on the live feed if you're watching live. Comment on the recording if you're watching the recording. Let me know where you're watching from, if any of this is resonating with you, what you'd like to see, if you have any questions. Chime in, say hi, wave, all that kind of good stuff. So thank you for doing that. And okay, so the health tips. I have the my favorite, the body. So body, brain, and the feelings. So the physical, mental, and emotional. So my first one was the body, the physical, and this is an easy posture. I call it the D.B.S.R. So that is the deep breath shoulder roll. This is one of my favorite things. So I know there's been a lot of things going on lately. A lot of people are in, like this, a lot of stressed state is an understatement. But this will be really helpful, and it just takes a couple of moments to do this, and this can change your attitude, your countenance, your happiness level, and it's just a simple breathing exercise. It's a posture related exercise. So what we're going to do, and I'm going to turn sideways with this so that you can see what this looks like. What you're going to just do is you're going to simply roll the shoulders back and leave that chest popped out like that. And then as you do this, you're going to take a nice deep inhale in as you roll the shoulders back. So inhale it in. And then as you exhale it out, release the shoulders down. And then just leave your posture like that, in that nice lifted posture. One of the reasons why that works, there are many reasons, but one of the reasons is you're opening and expanding this chest capacity of the lungs. So also another reason is that you're literally raising the head. So a lot of times when we're stressed out, we tend to get really shallow in our bodies, shallow with the breathing, because the lungs don't have that much capacity because they're compacted in, because you've collapsed over and hunched the shoulders over. When we're stressed, we don't air out the spine. So we want to do that and do that physical thing of just a D.B.S.R, deep breath, shoulder roll. And then that's an amazing thing. Okay, so the second thing is a brain. It's a mental trick, and that is, this is a really great piece of advice that my dad gave me in college, and why you go to school, and it is to learn how to learn, which is an interesting concept. So it's not just about learning the thing, it's learning how to learn, how to find the information, how to disseminate the information, how to retain the information. It's a pretty cool thing that can help incorporate and expand out the neural pathways in your brain. And when you do that, lots of good brain activity takes place. So again, that's another good stress reducer when you start activating your brain cells, learning new things, and increasing your skills, knowledge, all that kind of good stuff. So we covered the body, the brain, and now the feelings, the emotional state. This is my favorite tip for this, and that is, a lot of people know me as a positive person for the most part. I have my moments where I'm not so positive, and I have to be reminded to do this very thing that I'm recommending that you do, and that is to use positive words, because our words have a lot of power. So when we use the word not, or I can't, blah blah blah, fill in the blank, the universe, I have this saying that the universe just can't take a joke. It is pretty literal, and when you put it out there, the law of attraction, that energy that comes back to you, you want to tell the universe what you want rather than what you don't want, because the universe can't take a joke. It'll give you exactly what you asked for. So maybe not in the way you asked for it specifically, but it will attract that energy to you. So you want to tell it, say what you'd like. Use the positive words, use the affirmations, and use it in the present tense. That's very important. So to do that, and that will help you increase your state and your happiness and decrease your stress levels. So even just saying, I am happy. Maybe you don't believe I am happy. Those words don't hit, they don't resonate with you at the moment. But maybe you use this little law of attraction technique that I was reading in one of my books today. I was trying to remember the book. Anyway, it's Abraham Hicks material, and that is to go with the next, to increase your levels of emotion and go with the next best feeling. So even there's a lot of levels of emotion, from the bottom to the top of, really negative energy to really positive energy. And sometimes, we're on a sliding scale, but what you want to do is feel the next best emotion up, and that's an improvement. So even if you say, I am happy, and you're just going, not buying it, my subconscious, my conscious is just not having it. Go with the next thing is, I'm content, or I'm not, okay, I'm going to say this, I'm not pissed, or something of that nature, where you're just, whatever you can grasp onto that's the next best level of something, try that. And using those positive words will help you get to that next better state. That will help your magnetism of attracting the things that you want, and that's a good thing, and that's going to help your happiness. And that's one of my favorite tips on that, is to use the positive words. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the humor portion of the show. This is one of my favorite parts. They're all my favorite parts. I love them all. Otherwise, I wouldn't do them. So anyway, so the humor. Okay, when I teach hooping, I'm going to tell you this in the context of hooping, but this is good for other contextual reference as well. So I call it the happy hoop glee word, that you should have one. And that is a word that's not a swear word, that you can use when you drop your hoop, and it's better than, when you're hooping and you drop your hoop, and better than going, bleep, 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 bleep. And instead, if you have a word, in my case, I have a sound, and I'm like, woohoo, and then you pick it up, and that's a fun thing. So one of the reasons why I tell my students to do that there's several reasons for that again too, but one of the favorite reasons is that it just helps the group energy. So if you're always swearing when you drop the hoop, or just saying or having that negative energy, first of all, it's going to happen more, and second of all, it's not going to be very fun. But if you drop the hoop and realize that dropping the hoop is a part of hooping, much like anything in life, you know, you're gonna falter, you're gonna fall, you're gonna look stupid, you're gonna not feel good about something, whatever. If you can just learn to say something that could be your happy hoop glee word, or just your go-to life word. And so I would make people, my students would craft their own word that they would come up with on the spot. I said, you could change it too. And my favorite one was this gal, you know, sometimes people say bubblegum, or butterflies, or, you know, rainbows. And mine is woohoo, you know, mine's a sound. But this one gal, my favorite one, it was so funny because she's like, I can't think of anything. The only thing I can think to say is Steve. That's my husband's name, Steve. So she would drop her hoop and she'd yell out, Steve. And it was the most hilarious thing. It got everybody in the class laughing, and we were just all in stitches laughing about that. So whatever your happy hoop glee word is, or your word that you can use to, you know, when you kind of need to clear the slate a little bit and change that energy up. And another reason why I have that happy hoop glee word is because, like, when you're hooping in a park or around small children and you're supposed to not swear around them, I guess this is how a lot of parents like to do that. Some people swear like a sailor, and that's how they grow up, or what have you. But a lot of times I know I have to watch my language around children, because they are little parrots too. They pick up on exactly what you say, and then they repeat it ad nauseum. So if you have a happy hoop glee word, it's much better. So, and also if somebody sees you in park and you're hooping and stuff like that, and you know, then people like to be around you more than you know, if you're just swearing up a storm, and you know, it doesn't look like you're having any fun doing that. So that's another reason for doing that. Anyway, okay, so moving along. So my humor one. This is going to be a laughter yoga exercise. I'm a certified laughter yoga leader, and this is called the standing O. I highly recommend that you do this with me. It'll only take a few moments, but I'd love for you to stand on your feet. And what we're going to do, this is really nice and simple. So, you know how everybody deserves a standing ovation. So you could take this as a standing ovation or a standing O in another way. So, but we're going to take this as like a standing ovation. What we're going to do is we're going to clap. You know how when they say, give this person a round of applause? I like to seriously take it literally and give them a round of applause. So that's what we're going to do with this laughter yoga exercise. Is we're going to take our hands together, and we're just going to take it in an inhale and an exhale, and then inhale, and then laugh it out, exhale, inhale, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale, and then take it around the other way, inhale, and then exhale, and speak until you make it laughter, inhale, and exhale, one more time, inhale, and exhale. So I'm breathing in the nose and I'm exhaling out through the mouth. At the end of laughter yoga exercises, I know this is going to feel redundant after this one, but what we do is we take our hands together and we do this twice. We say, very good, yay. Very good, yay. So that's the conclusion of that laughter yoga exercise. I hope you enjoyed that. It's a fun one. And it's just, again, another way to de-stress, get oxygenation in the chest and the lungs, and out to the bloodstream. It's going to help you de-stress. It's going to help move toxins out of the body. And when you have more oxygenation in the cells, you have less dis-ease. So we want to keep the body healthier, especially these days. So any excuse to laugh, take it. It is a natural pain remedy. It makes you fun to be around, and it's also just good for your spirits. So try these laughter yoga exercises. I do one on each show, and I try and give a little variety. Every once in a while I repeat one because I don't expect everybody to watch everything. If you do, I have a playlist of all the videos in the series, and I have different series as well of the entire episode playlist of the Hoopla of Y'all show, and then the individual series that I do. So if there's something in particular that you want that information on, there's some neat things to watch that way. I also have tutorials and all kinds of good stuff. Laughter, yoga exercises, stretching, all kinds of neat things. So, and also, yes, coming up, there's going to be a hula hoop, my top 5 favorite hula hoop and dance training hacks. That's going to be a webinar that I've got. There's going to be a sign up on the page here, and so that you can go there. And if you don't see it on this page, depending on where you're watching this video at, go to the website www.hipthehoopla.com, and you can sign up there to register for this free workshop. And it's got a lot of great tips to it. I'll give you some neat hooping tips as well. So we'll actually do some hoopings, but I'm hoop dancing, and I'm also going to give you some ways of how you can learn new things and retain that information, which is really helpful and important. So you can learn all the cool stuff that you want, but sometimes it just goes in one ear and out the other. So this is going to be some of my really favorite learning tips. I've been teaching for many decades of dance. I've had my company for almost a decade with Hip the Hoopla teaching hula hoop dance. And yes, I've taught many forms of dance from all age ranges, from this age to this age, whatever those are. So I'm a short person, so I don't know if height necessarily is relevant to anything. But anyway, okay, so we've talked about health, we've talked about humor, and now we're going to get to the fun hooping part. Okay, so I believe it was on well, it's actually a few episodes ago, but I did a circular chest roll, and I'll link to that in this video as well. So, but this one is going to be a one-handed, one-armed circular chest roll. Let me go to my notes real quick. Yes, one-arm circular chest roll. There we go. So we need to get the technical term for it, so that if you go to search for it, you will be able to find it. And what it looks like is that. So what we're going to do. Now this is a little bit of an intermediate trick. I'm using a small light hoop. It's not going to take up as much space. It's going to hurt less when I smack my face with it, because this is going to be a move where the hoop is coming at you. So you might want to have a chest roll first. And what rolls look like is kind of going across like so. You're supposed to catch them on the other side. And a circular chest roll goes like so. Well, we're doing the one-armed circular chest roll. I'm trying to do a, let's see here. There we go. Interact with people as they're joining the live feed and reacting to people and giving them the commentaries. Although I can't quite see all the comments, so forgive me if I'm not addressing them as well as I could be. I've tried to get all the, like I said, it's been a technological day. But we're going to be getting this one-armed hoop circle. So what we're going to be doing with this, so you notice that I'm kind of bumping my chest up to give it a little bit, and this is a coin flip move, a variation of a coin flip move. There are many different coin flips, but what we're doing is, this is going to start as a tiny bit of a balance move. I like doing it in my left hand. So, and how this move came about was I was walking the dogs, and I couldn't do this because I had the leashes in my hands. And so when I was figuring out that I could do this one-handed, that was kind of a cool move. And then it can take you into folds and all kinds of things of that nature, so that you can transition from different moves. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing as if you're doing a circular chest roll. So a circular chest roll is just bringing it across like so. And I'm actually guiding the whole hoop over at the moment. But what we're going to be doing, and then of course you let it go and actually give it momentum to make that movement. And then you catch it in the other hand. That's the idea. And again, if you drop the hoop, if you listen to the little bit earlier, we have our happy hoop glee word. So instead of a swear word, use that happy hoop glee word and yell that out instead. So, all right. So what we're doing is I'm going to be taking and lifting my chest up. So again, we're using that breath with that D.B.S.R, that deep breath shoulder roll. So you take an inhale in, roll the shoulders back, and use that lifted chest. And I'm using a little section of my shoulder here, and I'm pivoting, and I'm pressing the hoop over as I flip it, and I'm making a connection point right here. So I kind of have quadrants of my hoop. Again, I'm using a small hoop, but I could use a little bit bigger hoop. Let's see how well I can smack myself over here. So it still works the same. I just have less space to do this with. So you will have, and then you can kind of go into a K-roll from there. But you will need to have an extension with this. So you're going to give it a little bit of a roll so it comes towards you, and then you're going to pop the chest up to spin this, and then roll it back up. So I'm going to just kind of guide it so you see what it's doing. And as this comes up here, you're going to re-grab so the hoop flows back down into your hand. So again, what that looks like in slow-mo is I'm going to take the hoop, curl it up. It's going to roll on the chest, lifting up that chest portion. And you're not actually using the other hand, but I'm just doing this so you can see the slow motion. So when it comes here, it's going to roll back into your hand. So in a fast mode, you're going to bring it out like so. So, whoops. Like I said, you're going to roll this into your face a few times. So as long as you don't mind that, definitely practice this move so that you can get it if you enjoy doing this move. It is a cool move. It's fun. It is a little tricky to get, so give yourself some time to get that. So, yes. So I was just reading the comments real quick. So, there. So I'm going to go back to this colorful little hoop because it's easier to see on the camera. But you're going to get that like so. So again, you can get that circular chest roll. And then you can take this with the flips and folds. You can take that down to, boy, am I hitting everything in my office. Getting this down into escalator, all kinds of things. So, hopefully you enjoyed that. Well, there we go. Oh, and by the way, anybody recognize this look today? This is what I was wearing this scarf for earlier. Yeah, okay. Bandit Patrol. One day that's going to be really funny. Maybe not these days, but hopefully soon. So anyway, alrighty, I'm going to give you a quick nutshell recap of what we just covered. We covered my 3, 2, 1 best tips, my favorite things. We started with the health, and we went into the humor, and we went into the hooping. So my health was the physical, the D.B.S.R, deep breath, shoulder roll back. That was the body. The second one was the learn how to learn. So, and everybody learns differently, and that's good for the brain. All kinds of good stuff there. And then the third health tip was the feeling, to use the positive words to help increase good things happening in your life and increase your happiness on a daily and momentary basis. So we definitely need that. And then we've got to the humor, where the first thing was using that happy hoop glee word. So if you drop your hoop, woohoo, or whatever your happy hoop glee word is, I got mine's the sound. And then we did the standing O laughter yoga exercise. So inhaling in and then laughing it out. Inhale it in and laughing it out. That was the standing O laughter yoga exercise. And then we did the one arm circular chest roll, which was like so. Ouch. Yes, there we go. One more. There we go. And then you can take it into rolls, get it in your circular chest roll, all that kind of good stuff. So I will have, again, links to the tutorials in there. And then also, definitely sign up for the webinar of my 5 top hula hoop and dance training hacks. That's going to be a lot of fun. It's a nice short thing, and I think you'll enjoy it. So it's got some of my very favorite things that will help you learn how to learn. So, and how to retain that knowledge and be able to have that knowledge over time, which is really important. Especially if you're spending your time, your energy, your money, any of that stuff to learn, this is good stuff. So, alrighty. So thank you so much for watching. Let's see how we're doing. Oh, yep. There we go. Right. One of my friends is saying, good morning. Yes, this is supposed to be an evening show of when I broadcast this. But again, technical difficulties. So I'm going to try and do a smiley face on here. It's only giving me a like symbol. But anyway. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Bill. Hi, everybody. Hi, Nick's Hoops Tricks. Oh, yeah, that's Nikki in the UK. Lady Parker, Burr, Flo Hoop. I can barely read. I need to get my readers out if I'm going to read the tiny things flying across the screen. So anyway, I really appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much. Hopefully you got a lot out of this episode. We covered a lot of really cool things. These were my favorite 3, 2, 1 best tips. So continue, rock on, peace out, and I will see you on the next episode. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you in the Hula Hooping 101 course that I'm launching here, and that's going to be very exciting too. I've got some other course offerings that are already up, so in case you're further along or you want to start with some really good fundamentals and then do next level, I've got all of those offerings as well. So connect with me. Let's figure out how to do this, and there is a way that we can work together, so let's talk about that. So no matter what your situation, there's a way for you to be able to learn from me. So even if it's the free trainings, I do a lot of the free trainings here with the Hoopla of Y'all show. I do free tutorials, and then I have some lower cost options of training. And then if you want to Mac Daddy it out and you want a lot of personal coaching, we can go and do that as well. So there are lots of options depending on what your needs, your budget, and what your goals are. So and that goes for anything. So alrighty, so thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate that. Hearts out to everybody, and yeah, rock on, peace out, see you on the next one. Alright, bye.